Alright, but what exactly is supersaturation?
Supersaturation occurs when the nitrogen pressure in a compartment is higher than the nitrogen pressure in the air you are breathing. Remember that when ambient pressure increases, the pressure of the nitrogen you breathe increases as well. During a dive, nitrogen pressure in the various compartments increases according to each compartment's period. When you ascend, the process reverses. As the pressure decreases, the nitrogen pressure in the air you breathe also drops, but the nitrogen pressure in your tissues doesn't have time to adjust immediately. At that point, the nitrogen pressure inside the compartments becomes higher than the nitrogen pressure you are breathing in. The compartments are then supersaturated. Haldane defined a supersaturation ratio that the compartments can tolerate without risk. The key is to avoid exceeding that ratio in any compartment. That's why this limit is often referred to as a critical tolerated ratio. Haldane originally used the same critical supersaturation ratio for all compartments. Over time, researchers refined the model and adjusted this ratio for each compartment individually. They showed that fast compartments can tolerate a higher nitrogen pressure than slow compartments. Later, thanks to studies by the US Navy, these ratios became dependent on depth and were called M-values. At the end of a dive, if during your ascent the nitrogen pressure in a compartment reaches at a certain depth its M-value, which means tolerated supersaturation, you must stop at that depth. This pause allows time for the compartment to release enough nitrogen before continuing the ascent. That's the leading compartment. But that's another story.